It's your boy ConcertViz34, and today I want to talk about the John Mayer North American 2019 leg of his world tour. I want to read a quick statement that John posted on Facebook about an hour ago as I record this video on September 19, 2019, and this Thursday night as I record this. So this was just posted an hour ago. John said this. This was the tour where all the pieces fell into place. The first tour without an album behind it, and a giant leap of faith that these songs could still matter after their time as chart contenders. You came and you sang, and danced and wiped away tears, and took inventory of what you had and what you lost, as well as what's left to discover. And I was thinking the same things right along with you, every night. Dead and Company taught me the we of you and me, the we of a band, the most excellent, loving band. We used to play for silver, now we play for life. We're off to Europe to play for some very exciting shows soon, but not before thinking back on what and who you've shown to me. Thank you. And that was his statement, and there's a picture of him on stage at what looks like the last show with the entire band there kind of saying their goodbyes, bowing down for one last time in North America. You know, I go to a lot of different type of shows, and many of you guys too. I don't want that to make me be an elitist, because what's amazing is I've met people at, different shows, and they say they go to this type of show. I'm like, I would never think you would go to that type of show. What's amazing about this world is people just love music. People just love entertainment, regardless of what you can stereotype them to like. And that's a beautiful thing, and that's what I see at the shows I go to. I go to many shows thinking I'm going to be the only brother there, and there's tons of people of different walks of life that I didn't expect to be there to be there. I've gone to orchestras and symphonies. I've gone to Christian revivals at the Meadow Music Theater, seeing like Louis Palau rally. I go to jazz. I go to see blues players. I go to see rock, as far as classic rock, punk rock, alternative rock, new metal, old metal, alternative metal, hip hop, R&B, jam bands of all sorts of ways and rhymes and reasons, and every pop act that I have is a guilty pleasure. I don't even like that much country, and I've even seen Luke Bryan at the Houston Rodeo in front of about 77,000 fans. So I've seen my fair share of concerts in my very young life, and many of you older than me have seen much more, and some of you younger than me have seen much more than me, and many of you of different ages may have seen less. But it doesn't matter. What I experience at these John Mayer shows is unlike anything that I've experienced ever going to concerts all my life. That's not to say that some of the shows I've been to aren't more historic or more legendary. What I'm saying is this tour literally brought the best of everything I know from other genres, from other shows I've been to, and it brought it all under one umbrella that is a John Mayer tour stop, a John Mayer show. I mean, I saw people at these shows, they didn't know these back deep cuts. They didn't know a lot of the new songs, but they sat there and were amazed at John's playing. They were like, "What's that song?" And you had to tell them what the song was, or they were talking to friends, "Do you know this song?" And it was a very decent new song that they put out that was popular for its time back in the Search for Everything, but they still didn't know what it was. But they still were amazed, and they enjoyed, like, wow, this dude's amazing. I love him. And you had Your Body is a Wonderland, and songs like that had such amazing pull in the audience of people. I mean, the stuff that I experience at these shows is just, you're not going to get it anywhere else. I mean, he takes what I've seen from so many different artists. He does two sets just like any jam band. He does very, very popular covers like a lot of bands do in pop and rock and any genre. And then it brings fans that are casual back into the dancing and moving because, hey, I know that song there. John is one of those players, when you go to see his show, he brings the B.B. King blues box together with bluegrass. He takes elements of hip hop and pop and R&B and rock and blues and jazz and just blends it together. I mean, he goes out like Dave Matthews or Jack Johnson, except he does what they do better by himself without a backing band for 3 to 4 songs. He makes jokes, and he's come a long way with his jokes. He wasn't always this funny, but he's learned how to be funny through ups and downs, through trials and tribulations. I mean, what other artist does a Beyonce cover and a Grateful Dead cover in the same show? What other artist can bring out a Shawn Mendes and a Bob Weir on the same stage, on different stages and different nights, and it's the same tour? I mean, this was a heck of a tour, and we saw this with the Search for Everything as well here, and we saw this even in the overseas versions of shows when he brought out an Ed Sheeran in Tokyo. Okay, I mean, this guy brings together music. We live in a world that is so divisive and divides us, and there's different divisions along different lines. But he can bring an Ed Sheeran fan base and a Bob Weir, Grateful Dead, jam band, psychedelic vibe fan base of old Deadheads along together. And even beyond that, I mean, this tour, I mean, I saw everything. I mean, I saw Deadheads, but then I also saw the anti-Deadheads that I've seen at Billy Joel and Elton John shows that sit down the entire show, and I'm the only one standing singing Crocodile Rock because, dude, it's Elton John's last show, but Elton John fans tend to enjoy their show sitting down. I mean, I saw Soccer Moms, I saw Generation X, I saw Man Bun Bro, and I mean, I saw Millennial on their phone with Snapchat, but still having a good time. I saw Soulful Sister. I saw punk rock pop chick. I saw all sorts of demographics come together for someone that literally brings people together. I saw entire families going out to these shows. I was like, huh? Mom, dad, and the kids are all going to this show? It was amazing to see with my personal shows that I went to in Albany and Providence, and even seeing the clips from many fans like you that were shared online after that. This was an artist who, again, plays all sorts of popular songs. He ends most of the nights with Gravity towards the end of the regular set or the encore set. So you get his number one song as far as chart and impact and how it reflected across demographics. And then you get super rare cuts like, he played Waiting on the Day. I mean, that's not a song he has to play anymore. He played it. He played Dear Marie. He didn't have to play that song. He played Edge of Desire, which was popular, but he hasn't played it that frequently. He played Walt's Great Submarine Test, 1967 or whatever it is. He did so much with this set where you literally have all these elements of different artists that I see and you see, and he brought it together again, as I keep saying, in one umbrella. John Mayer's legacy is not going to be the fact that he innovated guitar distortion or innovated guitar technique, although he did add to that. It's not going to be that he kind of had this whole signature original playing style on electric guitar. He's not reinventing the wheel. All he's doing is bringing more elements onto the same wheel and spinning it around and around, and we sit there for 2 hours at a show with our jaw to the ground. That's all as he's doing. And what he'll be remembered for is not that, he was like the Clapton or the B.B. King, or he was like Hendrix or Buddy Guy, how they innovated distortion and effects and modifications. That's not John Mayer. What John Mayer is somebody who literally can chill with Kanye one day, chill with Dave Chappelle, and chill with Katy Perry, back when they were together. And I think they're still good friends. Chill with Shawn Mendes, inspire Charlie Puth, pull up with the Grateful Dead, pull up with the Roots, pull up with Dave Matthews at the Virginia Tech concert to fundraise for that. I mean, he is somebody who literally has touched so many different demographics and genres in his own celebrity circle, in the world view of fans who go to the concerts, and everything in between in popular culture. I mean, he was on Chappelle's show. He was on other different things back in his heyday prime of when he was on the come up. And even now he's on things here and there hosting. I think he hosted a night show for one of those shows. I mean, John Mayer this year was the best that I've ever seen him as far as the spot he was in. He's had better solos. He had more energy at different times in his life, but he was so balanced in this tour. He learned from the Grateful Dead. He learned from his blues. He learned from the time in his life where he was just bummed out, chilling in Montana, searching for everything. And you know what? John Mayer found everything, and he found out that it's okay to make mistakes, that we're not going to figure everything out, and that's not a bad thing. And as soon as he got that in the Search for Everything tour, it led up to this tour, which again he mentioned there was no album to promote, okay? He balled up all of these different things from his past and shot them out of cannons when New Light finished pretty much every night. He played piano with bringing back "You're Gonna Live Forever in Me." He played acoustic guitar. He played electric guitar. He took us to church. He took us to gave us 2 tickets to Paradise, and we rocked out. He took us to the backlands of the country, and he took us to the river where we would be fulfilled with whatever we needed at that show. We got it. That's all I got for today. Let me know what you guys think of the tour. I was just impressed with this show. It had such good balance, and it was in such a good spot. And it had 2 sets. It had different elements. He played through an entire album continuum in L.A., and then he did it in New York City for just 1 set. And then you had a whole nother set of music. He played his longest set list, really, that I can think of with his solo touring. 2 full sets and more songs that you would ever get at any John Mayer show from a previous tour. And seeing the shows over the last decade personally, I'm very happy to see where he is now versus where I've seen him at different spots where the shows were great, but you could tell that there were just different things that he wasn't confident about. This dude is confident. He doesn't care what you think, but he does care about making an impact and bringing everything in. He's not stealing from different artists like Stevie Ray Vaughan and B.B. King. He's saying, I'm going to play like them, so when you're learning guitar, you're going to see that this is where I picked up from BB. This is where I picked up from SRV. He has videos and live streams where he breaks down the guitar for a generation of guitar players, including myself, who learned a lot from learning John Mayer songs and watching his videos online. It's your boy ConcertViz34. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, and have fun Europe with John Mayer. And if you're going to the Dead and Company shows, if you got a ticket, you're fortunate enough to secure a ticket, have fun at those shows too, because John is not done. He's still going. He'll be in Europe until mid-October. Then he's going to go in late October, early November to do those Dead and Company shows. So this is, again, to me, another year of John Mayer, the year of John Mayer again, where he's just doing everything. That's all I got for today. Peace.